Joe?
What you doing down here?
I'm on my break.
Well, you just came at the right time. Take a look at that. What do you think?
Very nice, very nice.
Will you step in a man's life and you can... That's very nice.
Joe, I gotta talk to you. I'm in a hurry. I just came from work and I'm in a big hurry.
Okay, well, let's go inside. It's a little warmer.
I don't believe it, Joe.
I know. A lot of law firms don't usually start off in a diner, but it's a heck of a start.
Joe, not the diner, not the law firm. I'm talking about Heather.
What about her?
I don't believe her. I gotta hear it from you.
Okay. What?
Did you really ask her to marry you?
Let's go sit down and talk for a second here. Right here. Please. No.
Hi. Do you want something?
Yeah, I want a strong black coffee, please.
Fine. Okay.
Thank you very much.
All I want to know is from you.
You got it. Just... Why don't you start off by telling me what happened?
Amy came bursting into the hospital with the grand news that you and Heather are to be married.
Well, Amy, come on, you and I both know Amy's the biggest gossip in that whole hospital.
I know that, Joe, and I didn't believe her. I told her that. She said, go ask Heather, which I did, and she told me the whole story.
Story?
Mm-hmm.
I wish somebody would fill me in.
Here you are. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Anything else you want?
I'm fine. No,
Huh?
thanks.
Okay.
So, take a deep breath and start at the beginning.
Ah, the beginning, yes. That's what Heather said. I think it started with a nice, cozy breakfast in bed.
She told you about that, huh?
She practically gave me the menu.
All right, go on. Go on.
Joe, she went into everything, okay? She told me how you guys have grown so much in your relationship and now you know exactly what you want. She's working now and you're setting up office here. Beautiful. Like a new beginning, she said. That's what she said, a new beginning.
Some kind of new beginning.
Isn't that what happened?
Not exactly, no.
I don't think you're too happy with what she told me, are you?
We did have breakfast. She brought me breakfast. We had a conversation.
Joe.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it was the excitement of the day or something. She might have just sort of taken things...
It isn't true, is it? I knew it. Joe, I knew it. She's up to her same old schemes again. She's trying to manipulate everybody's life.
Well, no, we don't know that that's true, particularly.
Joe, would you just face it, please? She is incapable of telling the truth. Why don't you just admit it?
All right, I sure as... I didn't ask her to marry me.
Thank God.
What if I had?
I would have tried my darndest to talk you out of it, that's what.
Why?
Because, Joe Kelly, I care a lot about you, if you hadn't noticed. And I don't want to see a trap, that's why.
Well, I don't think that's what she was trying to do. I said something. Maybe she just got confused. I don't know. She's just excited about the new job starting up,
Joe, would you stop making these excuses for her? Look, she cannot tell the truth. She hasn't changed, and she never will, and you know it, Joe. And right now, she is making a fool of you at the hospital. You're going to let her get away with it?
I'm so glad I thought to call you at Susan's.
All right. What's so important that it couldn't wait?
I just had to tell you. I have the most wonderful news.
And what is it?
I'm going to marry Joe Kelly. He asked me this morning.
Married?
Well, yes. Mr. and Mrs. Joe Kelly. How do you like the way that sounds? Aren't you going to say anything, Mother? I thought you'd be happy for me.
I am. I'm sorry. I am a little surprised.
Well, I don't know why it's such a surprise to you. You know how Joe's felt about me.
I know that he's been a very big help to you.
He's been a lot more than a big help. I mean, he's practically saved my life. And it's not just out of gratitude. I love Joe, I really do. And he's finally admitting he feels the same way about me.
If that's what you want.
If that's what I want, that's everything I want. I want to marry Joe Kelly. I want to show all of Port Charles the way we feel about each other. Everyone will see me differently now. I'm on my way, and Joe's going to be on his way with my help.
Heather, it kind of seems to me that Joe has a pretty respectable position in this town as it is.
Well, of course he does. And after he marries me, it'll be even better. No more of that waterfront practice. I'll get him the richest clients in Port Charles. Why, he could work for the Quartermains at ELQ.
Now, wait a minute. Now, are you sure that he would like that?
Well, of course. He just has to get that other business out of his system. But he can do anything, Joe. He could work for the Quartermains. I don't know why I didn't think of that before.
Didn't think of what?
Well, Dr. Alan Quartermain works right here. Could be Joe's first client. I'll show Joe I'm the perfect wife for him.
Look, Heather, honey, you don't have to do that. Not if Joe feels the way about you that you say he does.
Of course he does, Mother. He asked me to marry him, didn't he?
And I'm very happy for you.
You know that saying, today's the first day of the rest of my life?
Yes.
That's just how I feel. It's a new beginning for both of us. I started work here at the hospital, and Joe hung out his shingle in front of Kelly's.
Well. Attaboy, Joe.
I've seen this happen all before, man. We'll send her the letter. She'll back right down, I bet you.
Just a well-wisher. Congratulating you on the new addition out there.
Thank you, sir. Welcome to my humble but elaborate office. How's that work? Sit down. How's work going for you?
Don't ask. I thought I was about to get involved in the sort of thing I'm best suited for. Wrong.
Really? What happened?
Well, Lila Quartermain hired me to find... Thanks, love. Hired me to find this woman in Europe.
Well, it sounds like something nice and international right up your alley.
So thought I. But I delivered my first report this morning. Turns out it was also my last.
Oh, what'd she do, can you?
No, strange. She said I'd done it all. And to my utter amazement, paid me off with a rather sizable check.
What the heck's wrong with that? Sounds like she was pleased with your performance.
I did nothing. I mean, just a few phone calls.
You and I both know that's all the business is, just knowing who to call. Come on, I mean, that's what she's paying you for.
Yeah, I guess so, but I can't help feeling guilty about it. I mean,
Well, if it'll help to salve your wounded soul, I think that the Quartermain bank account will balance out.
I mean, looking high and low for some old dame that owes Lila a few dollars is not exactly my idea of higher adventure, regardless of the fact that it does pay well. I mean, you got to admit it. I mean, the Quartermains are a weird lot.
Yeah, they're what you would call a very diverse group of people.
I mean, talk about eccentricity to a T there. But I guess if you got that much bread, who gives a damn?
No, no. They always say the money can't buy happiness.
Perhaps not, but makes the hard times a little more tolerable.
Sure does for Alan, doesn't it?
Well, what about him?
Look, I mean, think about it. You're talking about a distinguished doctor that's living in a community with his mistress, who's given him an illegitimate son, and living, but everybody's treating him like it's his right or something.
Maybe he feels it is.
Maybe it's nobody's business, including mine.
Perhaps. Just as a matter of interest, are they ever going to get divorced?
You got me, man. They have not filed for divorce. Maybe Alan and Susan are deciding to just keep it the way it is.
Well, it's been done before. I mean, especially when there's plenty of bread to cover the tracks.
I think we should...
Well, if nothing else, this place does serve good coffee.
Yeah, but when you're spending 24 hours a day here, you tend to drink so much of it, you fly around from caffeine rush.
Well, at least I can celebrate your success with something.
Thank you, sir. Cheers. I got a job looking for somebody myself.
Let me guess, Mrs. Q had me covered.
No, no way. It is a woman, though. You know Mikey? It's his mother.
His mother?
Yeah.
I thought he was an orphan. I mean, didn't his grandmother die not so long ago?
Well, that's what was thought. Rick and Leslie want to adopt him, and they can't without the mother's consent.
Well, can you find her?
Well, I'm in touch with a lawyer that says he represents her, but he's a one-man operation somewhere, and he's out of his office. So I just sit around and wait, and that's what's frustrating.
Tell me about frustration. Listen, I have to contend with Spencer at the moment going through premature senility. He's driving me crazy.
What about?
I don't know. All right, for starters, the other day, this vase of sterling roses just turns up in the main salon of the yacht out of nowhere.
Turns out. Did you put him there?
Do me a favor, but try telling him that.
Oh, he thinks you did it.
He's paranoid about it.
Well, why would he suspect you, of all people, of doing something weird?
That's what bothers me. I really don't know.
Oh. You said there's a bunch of things going on? What else?
Well, most of the other bits and pieces can be explained. I mean, like loose railings on the boat, drafts that appear out of nowhere, and weird people that kind of just turn up.
Luke thinks that you're responsible for all of this stuff, huh?
The whole kit and caboodle.
Oh. Do you think anybody is?
I don't know what to think. I've got a few ideas. I mean, it's possibly the Cassadines. Could even be Victor, maybe one of Helena's goons.
Could you prove it?
I can prove it if I have to.
I think you better start looking to prove it, man, because that's the only thing that Spencer's going to listen to. You know that. He's
I know just where to get the proof. Yep.
Well, hi, you two.
Well, hello, Heather. I hear that you're the working girl today.
Yes, my first day back at General Hospital. I used to work there before, did you know?
No, I didn't.
That was a long time ago. They started me off at the bottom of the ladder again, but that's all right.
Well, I'm sure you'll be successful at whatever you do.
What are you doing here now?
Well, I came home to have lunch with you, of course. Hey, did you hear our wonderful news?
What, you mean about Joe setting up shop here?
Well, that's part of it, but the other news
Stop it, okay?
Stop what? I was only going to tell
No,
it.
just shut up, all right?
Joe,
Look, you two obviously have something to talk about, so,
We really do. I'm sorry, Robert. I'm going to be waiting for you upstairs, all right?
Heather, look, I'll leave you to it.
please, Robert, don't be embarrassed.
You don't know me very well, love. I don't embarrass easily. But, Joe seemed a bit uneasy about something.
Don't take that little outburst too seriously.
Doesn't bother me.
Well, good, I'm glad. I understand it. I hope you do.
What's to understand?
Well, a man's expected to be a little nervous on the day he gets engaged, isn't he?
Joe, engaged. Look, I was with him the afternoon. I mean, he didn't even mention it.
Well, I guess he's a little shy about it. Or maybe he wanted me to tell you.
You? Hmm?
Yes. He asked me to marry him this morning, and I accepted. Is that wonderful news?
It's a surprise, I'll say that.
We're really very happy. It did happen a little sooner than I expected, but it's been coming for a long time.
Well, I guess congratulations are in order.
Thank you. I only wish Joe were here to hear you, but I'll be sure and tell him.
Yeah, look, you do that. And, well, of course, I'll tell him myself when I see him.
Yes, you will. Well, I just want you to know how happy we are. I wish all our friends as happy as we are.
I wish you all the happiness in the world, Heather.
Thank you. But you know, I can't imagine being happier than I am today.
Heather, get up here.
Joe, what's the matter with you?
Well, what do you think? Anne tells me that you've been going around town announcing our engagement.
Oh, she would say something like that. Anne is so jealous of what we have. She's so frustrated with
Stop it right there. Anne isn't the issue here. Your lying is.
I haven't lied.
She said that I asked you to marry me?
Well, you did.
What?
This morning in this very room, you said how much you love me.
No. I don't know what you think I said, but I happen to know what I said.
Joe, I heard you. You said you wanted to spend the rest of your life with me.
All right, hold it right. That's it. That tears it. I had thought you'd change, but I can see now that you haven't.
But, Joe,
Don't but Joe me. I'm telling you, I am tired of your little way with the truth. You try to bend it and twist it and make it sit up and beg in your own little hand and do what you want. Well, it's not going to work this time.
You're a fine one to talk about the truth. You won't even be honest with yourself. If honesty is so important to you, why don't you admit you're in love with me?
How I feel about you has nothing to do with this.
It has everything to do with it.
You are still under the jurisdiction of the court.
I don't care about the court.
Well, you had better start caring. You are not cleared until Dr. Katz gives his report. That is a court order. And you are not cleared until that condition is met.
What has that got to do with you and me?
Only everything. Can't you see that?
No, I can't. And I'm sick and tired of all these conditions.
Well, you better get a little bit unsick and tired of them because there's a few more. You cannot leave this state or change your status or anything until the court gives you the okay.
What do you mean, change my status?
What do you mean? I'll spell it out for you. You gotta stop lying. You got to stop daydreaming, trying to manipulate people. We are not engaged. We are not going to be married because the court forbids it.
What if it didn't, Joe? What if the court approved? Would you marry me?
Right now? No, I wouldn't marry you. Have you got that straight? No.
Here you go. This is the last piece. Oh, you make it look so easy.
Well, it is easy. It just takes just a little bit of patience, which I have had a great chance to practice over the last few years.
It's amazing the way you can put all those pieces together. I mean, some of them are such small little connections, tiny little things.
Yeah. Could you, give me the engine, please?
Engine.
Yeah.
Engine.
The engine, Monica. The engine is the part that goes in the front, goes, hoo-hoo. You know, it's the one with all the power. It drags the train.
I thought the coal car provided all the power.
Just give it to me, will you, please?
What? Oh. Aha. Come. Here. What do you want next?
What I would like next, Monica, is to finish doing this
Here.
all by myself, Monica. Have you ever thought of taking a long train ride by yourself?
No, but it might be kind of an adventure. Well, you'd know about that. You've certainly been taken for a ride.
Oh, shut up and give me a break and let me concentrate on what I'm doing.
Oh, poor Alan can't seem to stay on the tracks, can he?
The caboose, please. Just give me the caboose.
Okay. Not looking for it.
For God's sake.
Alan, what is the matter? What is the matter? Are you in such a hurry? You want to get back to the little slut you're living with? Is that it?
That's it. That does it. Goodbye.
What do you mean? Alan, what are you doing? Look, you're not going to leave this mess.
I'm certainly not taking you with me. You make a mess out of everything, Monica. I came over here, I expected to find my son. What did I find? I found you. But at least I try to be pleasant.
That's all.
You spoil everything. You even want to spoil Christmas. In spite of your incredible lack of everything else, you don't even have an ounce of Christmas spirit in your body.
That is a big fat lie. I am overflowing with it. I'll even prove it to you.
Don't bother. Where's my coat?
It's under there somewhere. I mean it, Alan. I want to prove it to you after everything that you've done for me.
I haven't done anything for you. I did it for my son.
Our son, and that's just what I'm saying. Why don't you bring your other son over to see the train?
What?
What? Bring your other son, so he can play with Daddy's choo-choo and enjoy it like your son will.
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious, Alan. It's Christmas. Bring your ill-begot son over. Let him play with the train, and when he's old enough to understand, maybe you could read him about the little engine that could. All children love that, even illegitimate ones.